Good evening. You're watching Plain Speak with me, Poonam Burde. There's a fresh confrontation brewing between the Aam Aadmi Party, the Delhi government and the central government. Last evening, belongings of Delhi Chief Minister Atishi were removed from the residence by officials of the Public Works Department 2 days after she had moved into the civil lines bungalow. A cycle rickshaw, a mini truck was seen leaving the Chief Minister's residence last evening with a cupboard, some cardboard boxes and some of her belongings. The house was then promptly sealed. Calling the move unprecedented, the Chief Minister's office said that for the first time in the history of this country, a Chief Minister had been asked to vacate her home. They accused the Lieutenant Governor of Delhi of forcibly removing Chief Minister's belongings at the behest of the BJP. The Public Works Department officials, however, said that while Atishi was in possession of the keys to the bungalow, she did not have an official allotment letter. Now, claims and counterclaims flew thick and fast between the AAP opposition parties, majorly the BJP, and the office of the Lieutenant Governor. Delhi Urban Development Minister Saurabh Bharadwaj alleged that this move to evict Atishi reeked of conspiracy. He also asked if an inventory of the Raj Nivas, the Raj Bhavan, was done by PWD before the new LG moved in 2022. Now, all of this comes at a time when there is a probe going on as far as this particular residence goes. The Directorate of Vigilance, the CBI and the Central Public Works Department are all investigating alleged irregularities vis-a-vis renovations at this residence by Atishi's predecessor Arvind Kejriwal when he was the Chief Minister. Now, let me get you a sense of how this entire tussle played out. Now, in June 2014 is when Arvind Kejriwal came to power. He shifted to the 4B Flagstaff Road residence. He vacated that home that was allotted to him after he resigned. In March the following year, in 2015, Kejriwal then made 6B Flagstaff Road his home, his official residence, or the Chief Minister's official residence. In 2023, which was last year, renovations were made at the Chief Minister's residence. There was a massive controversy over where that money came from, where that money was being spent, and what really was the Chief Minister hiding. The Vigilance Department then flagged 52.7 crore rupees spent on that particular renovation of the house. An inquiry was initiated by the CBI as well. This year, in October, Arvind Kejriwal handed over the house to Atishi, the new Chief Minister. Remember, she took over as the Chief Minister of Delhi in September this year. Now, Atishi's belongings have been removed from the Chief Minister's residence. There's a show-cause notice that has been sent to several officials, including those on staff of the Chief Minister as well. Now, former Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal vacated that residence and moved to Firozshah Road on the 4th of October. The same day, Atishi's office had written to the PWD to allot her that residence, but PWD says that they haven't responded to her request. Here are the charges and counter-charges from the Aam Aadmi Party government and the PWD. The PWD has been saying that this is illegal use of a bungalow by the Chief Minister, which is why they had sealed it and removed her belongings. To which the Aam Aadmi Party says that this is nothing but targeting of a woman Chief Minister who's been democratically elected by 62 MLAs in the Union Territory of Delhi. The PWD then alleged that former Chief Minister has been asked to submit her keys, but that was not done yet, which is why this action was taken. To which Aam Aadmi Party leaders came out and said that they had a confirmation, a letter from the General Administration Department which said that there were no dues pending from Arvind Kejriwal, who was her predecessor, which is why there's no reason why she shouldn't have moved in. The Public Works Department then said that this home cannot be handed directly to the new CM, that the allotment rights are only with the PWD. To which the Aam Aadmi Party said that this is nothing but the BJP trying to capture the Chief Minister's residence using the LG's office, a charge they've made many a times in the past. Another allegation that came to the fore from the PWD of why they took this action was that, like I said, the right to allot a residence is only with the PWD, and one Chief Minister cannot unilaterally decide to give the residence to another Chief Minister. The Aam Aadmi Party said that the PWD was defying protocol to withhold this allotment, even though that request was made by Atishi when she had to move into this residence. So even as we now see a political war of words going on between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party, or the central government versus the Delhi government, and the Chief Minister remains locked out, is this vendetta or is there violation on part of the Aam Aadmi Party? We'll get into that, but first, take a look at these war of words.
तो अब वो चाहते हैं कि मुख्यमंत्री तो बन नहीं पाए, किसी तरह से मुख्यमंत्री आवास पर ही कब्जा कर लें। उनका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है।
भारतीय जनता पार्टी जो कह रही है वो कोई ना मानेंगे। जो हमने देखा है, आपने कभी देखा हो कि मनीष सिसोदिया जी के AB 17 पे ताला लगा हो, 2 दिन लगा हो, क्योंकि 2 दिन ताला इसलिए लगा है क्योंकि हैंडिंग ओवर टेकिंग ओवर में 2 दिन लगता है और वो लिस्ट ऑफ इन्वेंटरी बन रही है। कभी आपने सुना है, कभी आपने देखा है?
जब जब कानून अपना काम करता है, अरविंद केजरीवाल और आम आदमी पार्टी झूठे आरोप लगाना शुरू करती है।
केजरीवाल की इस पूरे प्रकरण की जांच होनी चाहिए कि किस प्रकार पूर्व मुख्यमंत्री ने वर्तमान मुख्यमंत्री को अवैध रूप से कब्जा करवाया।
Let's open this up. RP Singh, National Spokesperson of the BJP, joins us. Siddharth Sharma, Spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party, and Umesh Sehgal, former Chief Secretary of Delhi. Let me open this up first before we get into the politics. I want to ask the former Chief Secretary of Delhi. Umesh Sehgal, you must have seen what exactly has happened, the allegations that have been coming in from both sides. In your opinion, who do you think is the violator here? Because both sides say it's not us, it's the other side.
It's not for me to judge who is the violator. All I can say is that the rules are very clear on the subject. In Delhi, there is only one earmarked house, that is the Rajnivas of the Lieutenant Governor. Other houses are all belonging to the general pool. General pool houses can be allotted as per the entitlement of the officer or the minister, as the case may be, or and there is a procedure laid down. You have to apply for the same and you are granted, and there is always a seniority list laid down. Now, as far as the Chief Minister is concerned, if you see Delhi's history, Mr. Madanlal Khurana, when he was the first Chief Minister, he lived in the Mayor's house. There was no house as such earmarked for the Chief Minister. The second Chief Minister lived in his own house. Then Sushma Swaraj was living in the central government house. For 15 years, Madam Dikshit was living in a house allotted by the central government. I think the same house in which Mr. Atishi is living now. Or maybe it was a different house, but it was in Pandara Road. Now, in Delhi, there is no earmarked house. When there is no earmarked house, there has to be a proper allotment. And the allotment procedure is very clear. It is laid down. And allotments are not made by junior engineers, certainly not. They are made at a more senior level, maybe at the ministerial level or maybe even higher. But it has to be in writing, and it has to be because ultimately when the house is handed over, you take over a handing over and changing over report, and it is not just the house which is handed over. In this particular case, it would be a large number of air conditioners, it would be a lot of furniture, it would be curtains, and I don't know what else. There will be a large number of other things which have to be taken over. So obviously, the authority which has put these things in place has the right to get a list made. Number one, get it signed by the person who is leaving, and then when it is handed over to the new incumbent, get it signed from the new incumbent, so that the responsibility is fixed and you finally can make an inventory. After all, these are all government properties. These are not somebody's personal properties. So the procedure has to be followed. And if the procedure has not been followed, I think the person who has not followed the procedure is to be blamed. Now, in this case, I don't think the Chief Minister can be given the blame, because what is stated is that the junior engineer handed over the key to her staff. And the staff told her that, probably must have told her, I presume was told her, that it has been properly allotted. So when she moved into the house, she must have been under the impression that it has been properly allotted and no rules have been broken. But the point is, once she came to know that rules have been broken, she should have either sought ex post facto approval, or as is the case now, whether she has walked out or she has been forced to move out, I can't say. But it was only proper that she vacated the house or sought ex post facto approval. I don't think the ex post facto approval has been sought. If it had been sought, I think it would be either have been allowed or it should have been rejected. But to move into a house in which there is crores worth of government property without a proper handing over, taking over, is not proper for anyone. And it's not safe also, because anybody can later claim that this property was there and now it is not there. So I think it would be safe to have a list made of all the, and this is not just a house. As I said before, this is a house with properties, with lot of furniture, with lot of air conditioners, with lot of I don't know what else, a lot of other things.
And
which
it's
have been
public
provided by the
property, so to
government,
say the least,
and
that there
which
have to
be
be
properly handed
answers
over.
to certain questions that are cropping up now. Siddharth Sharma, at least would you concede to that? That were the procedures followed? Was there enough time or response that was given as far as seeking that allotment, getting that allotment? Was all of that done or not? Those facts need to be put out.
Yeah. Poonam, I hope I'll get half the time of what the
You'll get all
former-
your time, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah, okay. I think Umesh sir has very clearly said that the present incumbent chief minister would not have entered that house unless the PWD gave the key to her. Be as that may, there is a context to what has happened. The context here is what an ignominy for BJP today, a party that swears by PM Awas Yojana and Ladli Behna has stooped to snatching residences of women. What an absurdity that although G and S, these two letters are absent in BJP, BJP has gate crashed and squatted on the official residence of a woman chief minister of a national capital. Doesn't it remind us of Trump squatting in White House even after getting defeated? During Navratri, when women across India are venerated, the BJP LG chose to throw out a woman Delhi chief minister, Atishi, from her official residence. But be as it may, I think true to Devi Durga's character, Atishi continues to serve the people of Delhi as mandated by the constitution from wherever she is. And the constitution too agrees to that. This insult to women during Navratri is the crowning glory of BJP's ignominy. Now, as far as everyone has seen, including right now your graphics are showing Arvind Kejriwal, the former chief minister, 6 people of his home, 3 generations, 6 people, left the home with just 2 small tempo loads of luggage, and then 6-7 days later, Atishi came in, and Atishi, the incumbent chief minister, does not get crushed. That key was given as per Umesh sir by the PWD. Now, after giving somebody the key, if you are snatching it back and asking him or her to vacate, isn't it an insult? It's as simple as that. BJP has chosen very deliberately to insult Aam Aadmi Party. But the point here is that Aam Aadmi Party, or just as the Delhi Chief Minister Atishi has said, we are not here for official bungalows or anything. We have a constitutional mandate to complete, and we are completing that mandate. I think you should be brave enough, CNN News18 should be courageous enough to show the Atishi's tweets, wherein she is right now sitting in her personal residence, surrounded by all the things, the same things that are going out in carton boxes, surrounded both by those carton boxes and still going on doing her work. I think CNN News18 should be brave enough to show those pictures.
I don't know why you say we should be brave enough, because those pictures have been put out. Her response was also put out at the start of the show. But you may say that this is at the behest of the BJP, and RP Singh will respond to that. But you still haven't answered the question that I asked you. That at the very least, the people of Delhi need answers. So what exactly happened? If there was a letter, if there was allotment that was given by the PWD, maybe the Aam Aadmi Party should put that out and make everything clear.
Yeah, it's already in the public domain, Poonam. I think today Sanjay Singh had given out those papers. I think your reporters would be having it. On 4th of October at 11 o'clock, the former Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal vacated that residence, and the PWD gave a no due certificate of that residence. And after a few days, as per Umesh Sehgal sir himself said, the PWD people gave the keys to the new Chief Minister Atishi, and Atishi went in and occupied that. And after Atishi occupying it, if the LG has a objection to it, even if it's a technical objection, can I ask you one simple question, Poonam? I think all the people here on this show are intelligent enough and they are wise enough. The Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi, on the day election results came, it became very clear that BJP had lost the majority. Earlier, BJP was at 303 seats. Then on the day of the results, it came down to 240 seats. Now, after a few days, say 1 week or 10 days later, when Chandrababu Naidu and Nitish Kumar supported him, the Prime Minister appointed him, the President appointed Mr. Narendra Modi as the new Prime Minister. So in that interim period, did the Prime Minister of India leave his house? Technically, he should have left it, no? Technically, he should have left it because he had lost the majority. Did he leave that? These kind of things, I think BJP, everyone knows BJP insults people. BJP basically believes in punishing. BJP sees power as a right to punish. The question here, the moot question, Poonam, is that 150 crore people of India are in need of services by the government. If the BJP only chooses to punish 150 people, who is going to serve the 150 crore people of India? BJP sees power not as a tool to service, but as a weapon to punish. I think that is the critical point here, and
RP
that is
Singh,
what they are
the
doing.
BJP is
And
using
during
the
Navratri,
LG's
doing
office.
such a
Sure,
thing
sure, you've
during
made.
Navratri is an insult.
Sure, you've made that point. RP Singh, the allegation is that the BJP uses the governor's office, in this case the LG's office, and that allegation has been made against the BJP in multiple other states as well, to further your political agenda. And that's exactly what you've been doing in this particular case. When you threw out Atishi and her belongings out of the residence, that's what the Aam Aadmi Party says.
Well, in your show itself, the victim card was very well played, and then before starting the debate, he played a victim card, and you allowed him almost 12 minutes of the debate. I'm nothing. You can allot him another 2 minutes more if he wants to speak something more and try to play his victim card. But fact is, can he show me? And one thing, he was factually wrong. The bungalow was vacated on 6th. The 5th, Mr. Kejriwal gave a letter to PWD saying that I'm handing over the keys to Mr. Vijay Kumar, one of the section officers in the PWD department, not on the 4th. I mean, that's factually incorrect. And also, then when you hand over the key, the complete list is being prepared of the inventory, and that inventory need to be prepared, that whether what all is there. We have just recently seen how the former chief ministers has taken away their taps and the air conditioners from the official bungalows for their personal use, or whatever they have done with those water taps and with the air conditioner of the bungalows. But that point aside, so there's a procedure where inventory is being prepared. One. Secondly, this bungalow is already under investigation. Already under investigation, because there is a commode of 4 lakh rupees. 4 lakh rupees commode. Now, we don't know whether that commode is there or not, whether Mr. Kejriwal was so fond of that commode, he took the commode along with in that box. Probably he took the commode only with him to the new house. So we don't know that. So that has to be inventory need to be prepared. And after that, the bungalow is allotted to whoever they want to allot. There is nothing like a CM residence in Delhi. There's no official CM residence in Delhi. There are pool of bungalows, and in bungalow which Atishi is still staying or still operating from is a former chief minister's house. It's the house where Mrs. Sheila Dixit stayed and operated from for 5 years. So that's how it is. But fact is, they have to play a victim card, nothing more than that. They have to break the procedure, and all that love for that bungalow is only for, I told you, that 4 lakh commode is very expensive thing, and we don't know what special is in that commode. That 4 lakh commode is attraction for anyone who want to go to that bungalow. But that bungalow is under investigation, and let the investigation happen, and the complete investigation will let us know what all was spent, how 56 crore rupees, where all 56 crore rupees was spent. And after that, obviously, bungalow can be allotted to Atishi also for that regard. There's no ruling that she can't be allotted. But obviously, there has to be allotment letter for that. It's not handing over a key. There's a proper allotment letter, as Mr. Kejriwal issued a letter that I'm vacating the bungalow. Similarly, Atishi would have been given an allotment letter, and appreciates Siddharth to show that letter on record. I mean, debate is still on for another 10 minutes. Before the debate ends over, he should send that allotment letter to you on the WhatsApp and saying that this is the formal allotment letter which was given by the PWD. So if that is one, then she has all the right to stay, and then she has all the right to file a case against the officials who has removed her stuff from the bungalow. But that is not there. She just walked in, she barged into a bungalow without getting an official letter. And as far he's saying that Prime Minister Modi ji was not a Prime Minister for that period, I'm sorry, sir, you are mistaken. There is a pre-poll alliance, and that pre-poll alliance continued, and we were in majority with that pre-poll alliance, and there was never a time when we were in minority.
Siddharth Sharma, is there an allotment letter?
Obviously, there is an allotment letter. The allotment letter is between the people.
Then why has that not been put out in public domain? Because the only letter that the Aam Aadmi Party is speaking of, the General Administration Department's letter, is that there are no pending dues from Arvind Kejriwal. That does not automatically give the right to the next person in line.
So, are you implying that Atishi, a lady just gate crashed into that.
I'm not implying anything. I'm asking you, is there a letter? And if yes, then why is it not in public domain?
Exactly. I've already put it on record that the PWD gave her permission and the letter to enter that property. Only then did she enter the property. Now that letter is between the PWD and the Chief Minister, and that letter has nothing to do with me as a spokesperson. The same.
How is that nothing to do with you as a spokesperson? If the Aam Aadmi Party comes and accuses another party of using the LG's office for their political vendetta, is the allegation that you make. Okay, Mr. Sharma, listen to me first.
Was there a letter between?
Mr. Sharma, listen to me first. Can I please ask you my question?
Yeah.
You say that as the Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson, it's not your job to put out the letter. It is your job to put out that letter because, like I said, at the very least, the people of Delhi need answers. It is public property.
That letter is between the PWD and the Chief Minister, and the Chief Minister will put it in public domain or whichever domain is needed, as and when the time comes. It is nice. That's what I'm saying. Can the BJP today show that in the interim period when the Prime Minister of India had become a non-functional lame duck Prime Minister, can they show a letter?
He was still the caretaker Prime Minister. He was still the caretaker Prime Minister. The BJP says they had enough numbers to form another government. So I don't think your analogy works here, Mr. Sharma.
Just like that. And the BJP doing it is in an insult, and that too during Navaratri. It's as simple as that.
You can say that, but like I said, there is no letter to show that she was given the allotment letter. The Aam Aadmi Party has said we have a letter, there are no dues from Arvind Kejriwal, that the keys were given to her by a PWD officer.
Or Mr. Siddharth Sharma, that is privileged conversation, and the Chief Minister, duty bound, she is also.
How is that privileged or a private conversation? This is public property.
She will come out. So are you implying that Miss Atishi get crashed into that property?
I'm not implying anything. I'm asking you, is there a letter? And if there is, then put it out in public domain. It will only boost your case further, isn't it?
A woman anchor during Navaratri.
I don't know what this has got to do with my gender or her gender, to be honest.
Just on technicalities, just because a spokesperson is not.
I mean, me being a woman anchor, she being a woman chief minister, I don't know what that's got to do with anything or following protocol.
So are you saying that the Chief Minister of Delhi did not follow protocol?
Those are the questions that are being asked.
The question is being asked that throwing a Chief Minister out of her house, is it following protocol? Is it following courtesy? Is it gentlemanly behavior? Does that behavior, is that behavior in consonance with the Indian ethos of Charles, Chehra and Sanskriti, as said, told by BJP?
What Sanskriti are you talking about? You barge into a Chief Minister's house which is under inquiry and you talk about Sanskriti? You barge into a house without proper allotment. You were not allotted a house.
You are barging into the Chief
No, you never allotted a house.
You've been out of power for 27 years.
No, I give a challenge to Mr. Siddharth. Please show that letter.
Out of power.
Show that letter.
Exactly.
Show that letter which was there of allotment of the bungalow to the Chief Minister, the new Chief Minister.
The way Trump tried to start into
this
the
is
White
all that
House
love for
after
that
being
4 lakh
defeated,
rupees
BJP for 27 years is out of power in Delhi, and it is trying to start into the Chief Minister's house. It is as simple as that. You are walking into a woman's house and trying to throw a woman away, and that is your Charles Chehra. That is BJP's Charles Chehra during Navaratri.
He's the Chief Minister of the state.
Okay, the fact that she's a woman chief minister and this is Navaratri, I don't think has got to do anything with the fact that protocols need to be followed irrespective of who is the one that's following it. If that's what the Aam Aadmi Party said, great. Please put that evidence out in public domain. That's the only thing that I've been saying.
A letter between the PWD and the Chief Minister who is sworn to office.
So then that letter of the General Administration Department, which was between the General Administration Department and Arvind Kejriwal, why was that put out? Was that not private and privileged information?
Channels, the residence that was vacated has been very clear that there is no due there.
So then why is that letter not privileged and private information?
About the of 4 lakh rupees, that is hearsay. Can I say that the Prime Minister of India eats 40,000 rupees worth of mushrooms?
Sure, those might be in the realm of allegations and there's no truth to it. Mr. Sharma, tell me one thing. Sure, but Mr. Sharma, tell me one thing. Okay, okay, Mr. Sharma, please, can I ask you my question? Please listen to me and please answer one thing for me. The General Administration Department's letter that cleared Arvind Kejriwal of any pending dues against him, that was put out by the Aam Aadmi Party, yes?
Yes.
So that's not private and privileged information which can be put out in the public domain. But another letter that's given to another person in the Aam Aadmi Party, that's private and that should not be put out. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that when Arvind Kejriwal vacated the house, he was no more a chief minister. But when a PWD asks a chief minister to come in and occupy a place, a chief minister, a letter between PWD and the chief minister.
I don't think that analogy stands, sir. But anyway, the Aam Aadmi Party is entitled to have.
If it doesn't stand,
Sure, the Aam Aadmi Party is entitled to have its opinion, sir. But like I said, these questions will be asked. Sumit Nagpal.
In the interim period when
Sure, you've made that point 3 times now, sir, on the show. Please, RP Singh and Siddharth Sharma, I request you to stay on with us. Advocate Sumit Nagpal is also with us on this broadcast. Thank you for patiently waiting. But the allegations that we see, it comes at a time when there is multi-agency probe going on as far as this residence is concerned. It's public property. There are allegations of alleged irregularities there which need to be investigated, which are being investigated. At such a time, should there have been a passing of the residence? Whether protocol was followed or not, that's one aspect of it. Should they have steered clear ethically as well?
See, before I start my point, I remember a very senior lawyer telling me, when you have no merit in your case, then you should go to the court and start shouting. So this is what I was witnessing just before my panelist was speaking. I do not think they have any answer. And when it comes to the constitution or Indian law, the law is very clear. The procedure established by law has been given a lot of credence, lot of thought in the constitution as well as our legal procedures. And when the procedure says that this has to be done, then that particular thing has to be done. As far as the handing over of the bungalow is concerned, I can tell you it is the prerogative of the PWD whether they want to allot any bungalow to any particular person or not. And when it comes to allotment, many things are seen. The seniority is seen, whether the post, the kind of post a person is holding, that is seen. And they cannot come and say that we had been allotted this bungalow for Mr. Arvind Kejriwal. Similarly, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal had the ownership of this bungalow, and that is why he could hand it over to anyone. Mr. Kejriwal was there in the capacity of the chief minister, and when this bungalow was allotted to him. Now, when he has vacated it, the PWD will take over the bungalow. Then again, they will issue the allotment letter subject to all the necessary formalities being completed. And right now, just coming in saying that just because Atishi is a woman and that is why she is being targeted, it is the worst kind of argument I have ever seen on a TV debate. I do not think that when it comes to procedure, how can you say that it is privileged communication? Mr. Sharma, I think, needs to read about law of privileges before saying that it was privileged communication. Atishi Marlena, Atishi Singh now, she is the Chief Minister of Delhi, and I can tell you that when it comes to the law, we have Right to Information Act. Whatever communication goes, it is before public, it can be taken out in the RTI. How can you say that this was a privileged communication? So I do not think that there is any problem as far as the actions of the PWD are concerned. And as far as the rest of the procedure, the rest of the inquiry which is going on, it is for the CBI to decide, it is for the investigating agency to decide if they want to go to the place, they want to conduct any inquiry, they will ask PWD for the permission. There is no problem in that.
Sure. So whether or not there was communication between the PWD and the Aam Aadmi Party, and if there was, should the Aam Aadmi put that out in public domain and put the debate to rest? Wouldn't that be the easiest way to end this controversy right there, nip it in the bud? That's the question we want to leave you with. I am completely out of time. I thank you all gentlemen for joining us here on this broadcast and sharing your perspective. Time for a quick break on the other side, but up next, we pay our tributes to the architect of modern India's growth story as we bid adieu to Ratan Tata.